Hey folks, Mike Johnson here. If it's got wheels and an engine, you're in the right place. On this channel, we dive into car repairs, maintenance tips, and everything you need to keep your ride running smooth. If you're into cars and want to keep learning, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. All right, enough talking. Let's get into it.
When a car won't start, many people wonder whether the alternator or the battery is to blame. Spoiler alert, when an engine starts slowly or not at all, the problem is usually the battery. But that doesn't mean the alternator isn't occasionally responsible for battery death. Are you still confused? Let's clarify. Alternator or battery, what's the difference? First of all, we need to know the difference between an alternator and a battery. The alternator is an engine-driven device that converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. When the engine is running, the alternator charges the battery, while also powering your car's electrical system. The alternator is an engine-driven device that converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. The battery, on the other hand, supplies your car with electrical energy when the engine is switched off. In addition, the battery provides the current needed to power the starter motor, which then starts the engine to run. Once everything is moving, the alternator takes over to power the car's onboard electronics. Knowing the difference between the symptoms of a faulty battery and a defective alternator can help you choose which one your car might need. Car batteries last from 3 to 7 years if properly maintained. An alternator, on the other hand, is designed to last the life of your vehicle, although this doesn't always happen. Let's take a look at some of the common signs of a bad alternator and battery. Signs of a faulty car battery in relation to the alternator. Since both the battery and the alternator are part of your car's charging system, it can be difficult to determine which one is causing problems. The first step is to pay attention to your car's symptoms. The battery supplies your car with electrical energy when the engine is switched off. What are the signs of a faulty battery? As a general rule, the signs of a discharged battery are easily recognizable. The most common symptoms include, engine won't start, engine barely runs, dimming of lights, motor starts and stays on when jumping. You can find out more by reading our article on the signs of a faulty battery. When the engine is running, the alternator charges the battery, while also powering your car's electrical system. Testing alternator and battery for an answer. The best way to find out if your car needs a new alternator or battery is to test both components. In some cases, both parts may be faulty, as a faulty battery can reduce the life of an alternator and vice versa. An adequately charged battery should be at least 12.2 volts. Recharge the battery if it has less than 12 volts, then test it with a carbon battery tester or handheld analyzer. As mentioned, you may not have access to tools like these, but almost all auto parts stores do, and they'll test your battery for free. Step 2, check the charging system output. Once you know you've got a good battery, you can move on to testing the charging system's output. You can do this by carrying out the following steps. Put on your safety glasses. Set the digital multimeter to 20 volts DC. Connect the meter's black wire to the battery's negative terminal and the meter's red wire to the battery's positive terminal. Increase engine speed to around 1,500 to 2,000 revolutions per minute. If the alternator is charging, in general, the reading on your meter should be around 13.5 to 15.0 volts with all lights and accessories off. Consult a repair manual for the exact specifications of your vehicle. A reading that falls well outside this range may indicate a faulty alternator, a faulty regulator, if the regulator is external, or corroded, loose battery cables. A slipped or glazed serpentine belt could also be to blame. Alternator or battery failure. Battery. Connect the meter's black wire to the battery's negative terminal and the meter's red wire to the battery's positive terminal. Increase engine speed to around 1,500 to 2,000 revolutions per minute. If the alternator is charging, in general, the reading on your meter should be around 13.5 to 15.0 volts with all lights and accessories off. Consult a repair manual for the exact specifications of your vehicle. In conclusion, determining whether your vehicle's issue lies with the alternator or the battery is essential for effective troubleshooting. By observing the symptoms, performing simple tests, and understanding the roles of each component, you can pinpoint the problem more accurately. Remember to check for warning lights, listen for unusual sounds, and use a multimeter to measure voltage. If you're ever in doubt, consulting a professional mechanic can save you time and ensure your vehicle is back on the road safely. Thank you for watching, and drive safely.